Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please find your seats. Our program is about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the Municipal Art Society, Elizabeth Goldstein.
Welcome to the 2021 Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Medal Gala. It is a pleasure to be with you all tonight. I want to begin by acknowledging the extraordinary board of the MAS, whose support has been critical to the success of this event. May I ask all of our fabulous board members to please stand and be acknowledged. Thank you for all you do for MAS. And I also want to thank the staff of MAS, especially our development team, Britt Densmore and Tina McCain. None of this would have been possible this evening without their tireless work. This is only the second in-person event that MAS has held since February 2020, and our first was just last week. So even more than most years, these festivities feel like something to savor. We are here tonight at the site that the Bowery Boys once called one of the most mistreated buildings in all of downtown Manhattan. After its opening to much fanfare in 1909, the Battery Maritime building fell into disrepair. And today, after considerable TLC, the building has returned to productive use. There is something special in this current moment about standing in these places that we've watched recover and reinvent themselves. The same theme really inspired the presentation we're about to share. Almost a year ago, exactly, we celebrated the launch of a digital gallery by the name of Doris C. and Alan J. Friedman on the mas.org. The gallery highlights artists based in New York or inspired by New York City, whose work deepens our understanding of the relationship between people and the built environment. Throughout tonight, you'll see selections from the first 4 exhibitions featured in the new Friedman Gallery. However, to start out, we're going to share our inaugural exhibition, City Without People. Captured by architectural photographer Giles Ashford in March and April 2020, these images bring the viewer on a solitary walk through the places in a normally crowded city, left vacant perhaps for the very first time in history, as New Yorkers stayed home because of the shutdown. Today, with our public spaces once again enlivened by the company of friends and strangers alike, they stand as a reminder that cities are made up of more than bricks and steel. A city without people is a strange sight indeed. Please enjoy these powerful photographs, which are accompanied by an original composition by Pedro Giardo, performed by his posthumous quartet. The work was composed as an ode to the experience of an immigrant just beginning life in New York. a haunting reminder of where we've been. When I see these photographs and I think back on the last year and a half, I'm struck by how resilient and adaptable our city truly is. From open streets to open dining, we are surrounded by innovations of urban policy that seemed impossible to implement just a few years ago. It is a cliche but true that every challenge is an opportunity. If this last 18 months has taught us nothing else, it is the face of tragedy one must never turn away. We must face the challenges of racial injustice, and there is no hiding from the complexities that adapting to climate change will require, all the while treasuring what makes New York a Mecca despite its flaws. Over the last year and a half at MAS, we have pushed ourselves to try new ideas and upend our own expectations about how and where our work happens. In May 2020, Jane's Walk spun on a dime and went virtual, and we offered our first virtual walking tour for the public since 1956 when the program began. We did not know whether these physical experiences of the city would translate to Zoom. To our happy surprise, demand skyrocketed. We brought in a global audience for the first time, proving that you don't need to be 2 feet in the 5 boroughs to be enchanted by the endless spaces and stories of New York. Our research and policy work has doubled down, seeking to establish proof of principles in new approaches to planning and city governance. Many of those projects have partners with us in the room tonight. And later this week, we are expecting a final coda in our battle against 960 Franklin, a development of unprecedented scale that threatens to bring devastating shadows to the neighborhood of Crown Heights and to the Brooklyn Botanic Gardens in particular. Working with independent researchers, we compiled a first-of-its-kind analysis on the effects that shadows have on human use of open space. Our work revealed a more dramatic set of losses in access to sunlight, thermal comfort, and ecology than the city's own documents understood. Unfortunately, this year, 2 of our long-fought court cases over 200 Amsterdam and Marx Brothers Playground came to their legal ends without the resolutions that MAS had hoped for. Instead, we are seeking legislative and regulatory solutions to the issues that we brought to light in these cases. These are just a few examples of what we've been up to in the last year. We strive to bring this same energy, creativity, and conviction to all we do as we work together to build a more livable city from sidewalk to skyline. Tonight, we honor the very best the city can deliver. We honor people from city and state government who have used the tools before them to truly transform places and missions. People who have always seen the possibility of people in place to renew that city and to ensure opportunities are available to all its residents. MAS board chairs Christy McClear and Richard Alcott will be back later to introduce them more fully. But for now, let's eat. Please enjoy your dinner, and we'll be back tonight a little bit later for the presentation of the awards. Thank you.